Hey everyone. A few days ago, I was in my class. It was a Monday, and my friend who had missed an entire week of school. He's been missing school a lot because he plays sports. He's a pretty competitive guy, but yeah, he was sitting next to me, and he had his head in his hands like this. He was like stressed out. He didn't want to do any of this work. We had quite a bit, and he had a bunch of other classes that were definitely overwhelming him. And I was like, hey, like, well, it was like a work period and everyone else was in different rooms, so it was just me and him. And I was like, yo, are you okay? And then I like talked to him. I like tried to sort out all of his work and stuff. And I was like talking to him about things, and I was like, I think you'd feel like you'd be able to get your mind straight if you took a walk. And that's what he did. He said, okay. He took a walk, and then I didn't see him because I had to go. But he texted me after that, and he said, thanks for talking to me, bro. And he put the little heart emoji. So that was pretty nice of him. I felt good after that. But it kind of reminded me that you should always do your best to be kind and have empathy for other people. Try to uplift others when you can. And one of the best things that you could do is put a smile on your face when you go and see someone. When you're walking maybe through the halls and you see your friend, and me personally, I can't help but put on a little smile because I'm just so happy to see them. And some of the most joyous people, like my favorite people, they're just always smiling. I see this one guy, he's the best. I see him and he has like the biggest grin on his face, and everyone honestly loves him because he is just like I always say this, he's a force of goodness, he's a force of joy. He brings this good energy with him wherever he goes. And so, what's the worst that could happen if you just put a smile on your face, say what's up? People like being happy. People want to be around people who make them feel better. And don't be afraid. Me personally, I have a pretty unsightly set of teeth myself, but people don't seem to mind too much, and I put on a smile and I say what's up, and things have been working not bad for me. So what's the worst that could happen when you put a grin on your face and you say hello? There's this epidemic of people who just don't want to be happy. They're just always trying to be, they're on some nonchalant stuff, and they're walking around like me with my head up. Well, I'm just doing it because it's cold right now and my hair's messed up. I can show it to you. Oh, look at that frizz. It's crazy. Oh, a car just pulled up. I guess it is the worst thing that you could do because you're inhibiting your own happiness and you're making others feel like kind of bored. I really don't get what's going on with these people, but just not smiling doesn't make you kind of like this tough guy who's been through a lot and whatnot. I think I know some people who definitely have not the best lives and they have difficult stuff. Like, I used to work this job, and one of my coworkers, oh my days, I can't believe he's like working at Popeyes. Well, I mean, I'm not saying Popeyes is a bad job, but I would definitely be so annoyed if I had to do this. And like the amount of times he does it, he's washing the dishes all the time, and you don't get to talk to anyone. You're there, you're washing the dishes, your hands are getting dirty, and he does it all day. It's crazy. Well, he doesn't do all day, but he does it for most of the day. And he's the one that's like smiling at me. He's like, hey, what's up? Like, he's nice. He was happy to see me every time, and I think he was definitely one of my favorite coworkers at the time, at that job. And I think that he was probably the happiest person there, despite having the toughest role, coming in all the time and washing dishes. Yeah, I mean, if you're in a bad mood all the time and you don't even have the energy to smile, there's some things you could do. And my advice would be, number one, you got to get more sleep, because your sleep dictates your mood. And if you're not getting enough sleep, you're definitely gonna be worse. There's nothing bad that could happen from getting more sleep. So try that out. And number two, you should put on some good music that makes you feel good. Why are you listening to this like sad stuff all the time? Why not just put on some happy tunes? Hey, bust a move maybe. and feel good. Anyways, guys, I'll see you later.